Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my Raw review, Raw Super Show review for the night, December 5th, 2011. Overall, tonight's Raw was another decent one tonight. We saw some build up for TLC. A lot of matches were made tonight. And yes, woo, woo, woo. I'll get to him and all of that in a minute. We kicked things off with a little blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. As we had a little situation with Alberto Del Rio coming out. Talking about lose. Actually, John Cena came out first. Sorry, John Cena went out first. John Cena talked about everything with the booze and Roddy Piper last week at Piper's Pit. And Cena's like, I got The Rock to deal with, but I want something to do now. I want another shot against CM Punk for the WWE Championship since Punk, of course, beat Alberto Del Rio last week. Well, Alberto came out talking about shit, talking about getting a shot. Dolph Ziggler came out, sold to the Miz. They all had a claim on, I want to be a number one contender. No, I want to be a number one contender. You know, basically a fight to see who would be the number one contender until John Laurinaitis would come out and say, hey, we're going to settle. It's like, man, tonight, you will all be in a match tonight. If you win your match, you will be in a title match against CM Punk and TLC. No matter how many of you guys win your matches against SmackDown Superstars, with the exception of Cena, who was put in a special match, a social experiment match, which I'll get to in a moment. Now, after we had that, the first of the qualifying matches for TLC began with The Miz taking on Randy Orton. Now, I say this, you think Cena's going down a downward spiral? Randy Orton's going through a downward spiral. Last week, he lost to Dolph Ziggler with a little help from Wade Barrett. This week, it happened again. Decent match of Orton and Miz. Miz had a decent showing against Orton. Orton was leading the pack. But Wade Barrett's been on a roll lately with the Barrett barrage. He beat Orton in Survivor Series. He beat Orton at SmackDown. He caused, like I said, Orton a match against Dolph Ziggler last week. Once again, distraction by Wade Barrett. Randy Orton was outside the ring, DDTing Miz, attacking him. Then Wade Barrett came out, distracting Randy long enough for Randy to get counted out, and The Miz would win the match. And I was like, I knew it. I knew that Randy was going to push Miz into the ring, then chase out the back, get counted out, and Miz would win. So that means Miz will be the first man to qualify for the TLC pay-per-view match against CM Punk. Who else would join him? We would find out more throughout the evening. Actually, we found out pretty quick. Alberto Del Rio, in his qualifying match, he took on the man who lost to Mark Henry this past Friday on SmackDown. Tuesday on SmackDown, I'm sorry, the Steel Cage match. Where it aired live on Tuesday and it was repeated on Friday. So I'm kind of like, Daniel Bryan. Decent match, but we all knew who was going to win that one. But, okay matchup, Daniel Bryan looked okay. He tried to submit Alberto, but he tried to out-submit a guy with a submission, you're going to get got. Going to get caught. But the Del Rio put Daniel Bryan in the cross-arm breaker to get himself a spot against CM Punk and The Miz. So it ended up being, at the time, a triple threat match was made for TLC, Punk, Miz, and Alberto. Now, before we would find out if Cena or Mr. Ziggler would get involved, we had a little bit of other action, including a little promo about the upcoming WWE Network. We had a lot of promos airing tonight. The WWE Network aired its promo about airing live events that's been like rumored that they're going to air WrestleMania. They're saying it's supposed to launch at WrestleMania, saying they're going to air Raw. Old shows, they're saying like ECW shows, WCW shows. Basically, it's like WWE 24/7, but it's a network, basically. They also announced the first reality show named The Legends House. Kind of like the real world meets the real life. 8 people living together, but the celebrities, like the surreal life. So, probably have like people like Hillbilly Jim and all them. And after that segment for the WWE Network, we had Zack Ryder meeting with John Laurinaitis. Now, Laurinaitis said that John Cena will be in a special match tonight in what he likes to call a social experiment. I was like, oh God, please don't let this happen. Please don't let John Cena wrestle Zack Ryder. I love Ryder, but if he gets in the ring with Cena, he's going to lose. And boy, was I right. It was John Cena sporting a Broski headband and wig. And we've seen Cena appear in the Z2 Long Island story in the last couple of weeks, especially say follows that one on Twitter. Now, Cena's only doing that just to get the liking of the marks. Marks like me, I'm a mark. I'll tell you why in a second. So, you mean he wants to get us to like him again. Sorry, Cena. Go back to being a hero and a rapper. We'll like you again. Come on. Don't be shy, Cena. Do it here. Grow some balls, babyface. Anyway, Laurinaitis did make the match. It was Cena against Ryder. Before we got to that match, which had a lot of implications, not only did they put John Cena title shot against Punk and Alberto and Miz on the line, he also said, Ryder, if you win, you face off finally against Dolph Ziggler for the U.S. title. So before we get to that big implication match, we had a Divas tag. Boring. We had Eve and Kelly versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix in a Get Strong, whatever. Now, I've been telling you about the vignettes, the promos that were airing tonight. Another promo that aired was before the Divas match. They had a little promo for Natalya and Beth Phoenix, but it was interception by a reception from this It Begins 2012 campaign. The last 2 weeks, been seeing these leaks when they post a Twitter link for hashtag Raw. They posted the link about It Begins 2012. They posted another one last week. These promos involving a school kid. They posted another link for another YouTube channel tonight. For the first time ever, one of these It Begins 2012 campaign videos aired on the wall in the middle of the Natalya Beth Phoenix public service announcement, as I like to call it. Talking about vengeance and everything. A lot of people saying it's Taker. Some people saying it's Jericho. Who knows, man? Speculation's running amok. Whenever they air these mysterious promos, there's all these things coming out. Because I remember when they did the whole 2/21/11 thing, when it ended up being Undertaker, people said it was Sting for a minute. So, who knows what WWE's going to do. Now you know what Triple H is. Well, talk about him in a minute. So, Divas match, boring. Don't even that even. Kelly wins. Let's move on to the match I just mentioned a while ago. John Cena versus Zack Ryder. Now, Zack Ryder looked very good in this match. And I told you that I thought Cena was going to face Ryder. I was worrying about that, and I was right. I was also right on one other thing. I said to myself, when Ryder was taking control of Cena, giving Cena all he's got, and taking Cena down, showing him his moves, Zack looked very good. And I said to myself, it's going to be like a typical Cena match to me. Zack's going to beat Cena up for 5 or 10 minutes, and then 1 minute, Cena's down, then Super Cena's going to strike again and win. Boy, right again. Despite getting the kick, the woo-woo kick by Ryder, Cena, after beating his ass, getting his ass kicked by Ryder, he said, fuck you, Marks. Bit Zack Ryder, gave him the 5-knuckle shuffle, gave him the FU. 1, 2, 3, Cena. Well, we thought, now get to that in a moment, we thought Cena was going to get another shot against CM Punk for the WWE Championship. So it was going to be a fatal 4-way match at TLC. Cena, Miz, Punk, and Alberto for the WWE Championship. Or so we thought. Ryder was mad at Cena for costing me the shot, which I deserved. And I was like, oh boy, Ryder's getting screwed by WWE again. Or so we thought. Cena came flying back to Laurinaitis' offices, once again putting over Ryder. I'll give Cena credit. You know, I know Cena's probably doing this just to get the liking of the marks, like I said. And even though it's not going to get him anywhere, but I'm still giving a lot of credit for having Zack Ryder go over him like that. You know, he beats Ryder, which I was kind of mad about. Walking out over Cena winning over Ryder. And Cena getting Ryder over him. And Cena's like, listen, man, I've had so many opportunities. You're damn right. And Zack Ryder needs an opportunity. He hasn't had a proper rematch since losing at Vengeance to Mr. Ziggler. Got screwed out of Survivor Series and given one last shot. No, Lawrence is like, okay, John, as Executive Vice President of Television Relations and the interim General Manager of Raw, Zack Ryder will get one last chance to get his title shot against Mr. Ziggler on one condition. You give up your shot. Cena's like, okay. So it went from a fatal four-way to a triple threat. Miz, Alberto, and Punk would be for the WWE Championship. And they had Zack's second match right away. So Zack would be in the second match after losing to Cena, but ended up getting one last shot for the U.S. title. Now, here's what I said. I was right on. I was like, I made predictions tonight to myself while watching the show, and I was right. I was right that Cena was going to face Ryder. I was right that Cena was going to be Super Cena. And when I found out Zack was going to wrestle again, I was like, oh boy, don't let it be Boris Clay. Don't let it be Boris Clay. Well, I was wrong, but it was worse. Mark Henry. I was like, they're going to screw Ryder. They're going to screw Ryder. But at least they made one little stipulation to help Ryder. No disqualification. So basically, Ryder did what Cena would do. He got his ass whipped for about 2-3 minutes. Henry gave all he got. Ryder looked okay against Mr. Henry, kicking him in the leg and everything. Then Cena came out and helped Ryder. Cena gave Mark Henry the F here. Ryder got the win over Mark Henry. That means Ryder gets another shot against Ziggler. And I marked out big, baby. I was like, yes, for Ryder. Like I said on the show before, yes, he's not the best wrestler, but he's giving wrestling a shine on. I love his personality. I love his show. Z too long on his story. Can't wait to see what it's going to be about this week. And like I said, I'll give Cena a lot of credit. Yes, well, little bad he's not turning heel. He needs to against The Rock. But you know what? Having Zack Ryder go over him like that, using Ryder as a platform for himself, that's kind of gutsy. So Ryder will get the shot against Ziggler. We don't know when. I'm guessing TLC. But we're going to hopefully see, finally, Ryder getting the U.S. title. A real title. Not just the internet title. Woo, woo, woo. You know it, baby. I used to spike my hair, but I don't anymore. I shouldn't spike my hair more because of him now. So I say, take care, spike your hair. And I don't watch anymore. So then, after that, we had the return in ring of Kevin Nash. Now, I announced in my attack line a few days ago that there was rumors since Kevin Nash wasn't on Raw, neither was Triple H, that the rumors of there being a TLC match were untrue, that they were going to be at the Royal Rumble. No. It was named tonight that Triple H, we don't know how big of a condition he is. I heard he was backstage now. He will face off against Kevin Nash at TLC in a ladders match. Here's the catch. At the end of the ladder, you had to climb up to get the sledgehammer. Sledgehammer can be used by the winner. So Nash, little warm-up match. He was in a match against Santino. Because he kicked Santino, gave him a powerbomb a few weeks ago on Raw. I thought 20 seconds. Ended up being a minute squash. Basically, Santino got his fucking ass whipped. Powerbomb again. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Nash wins. Brings out the sledgehammer. Sending another message to Triple H for TLC. Now, The last of our TLC match qualifiers would take place. Dolph Ziggler was already in a rough mood. The fact that he had to face off against Zack Ryder for U.S. title match soon got him deterred. And making things even worse, he would have to face off against Ziggler, man. Would have to face Sheamus to get a shot at the WWE Championship. Now, Miz and Alberto had qualified at this point to get a shot against Mr. Punk. Cena was supposed to get a shot, but we all know he gave it up for Ryder. And Ryder would kind of interfere in this match, as I had kind of predicted, as well as myself. So Ziggler against Sheamus, okay matchup. Vicky, I'm glad she didn't get involved in this match. So then Sheamus gave Ziggler a good beating. Ziggler was very good, had some good moves against Sheamus. Okay, decent matchup. Now I said to myself after Zack lost to Cena, I thought he was going to come out and interfere in Ziggler's match, then force Ziggler to give him a shot. I was right on the Zack interfering part, but I was wrong on the fact that it would be Ziggler letting Zack get the shot. It was, of course, Cena giving up his shot to let Zack get his shot against Ziggler. So Ziggler was on the wall against Sheamus, giving him all he's got. And Zack Ryder came out, distracting Ziggler. Ziggler got the quote kicked by Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus wins. Ziggler will not get a title shot at TLC, but he will probably get a Rough Rider from Zack Ryder, which he did. But he may get another one at TLC this time. Ryder getting the shot and getting the win over Dolph Ziggler at TLC. Woo, 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 you know it. Then our last segment was the contract signing. It ended up being a triple threat after all. Miz, Alberto, and Punk. TLC match. TLC tables, ladders, and chairs. So we got a ladder match at the TLC pay-per-view. We always have a table match, a ladder match, a chair match, and a TLC match completely. We have a ladder match, which is going to be Triple H and Nash. I predicted Mark Henry and Big Show will probably be a chairs match. We don't know. Big Show was in Vegas tonight for the American Country Awards. And we have our TLC match, which is now Punk, Alberto, and Miz. They had a cliche contract signing. You can say that again, Punk. Very cliche. Signed the contract, talked about things. Pipe bomb exploded again by Punk. I like the fact made fun of Miz saying that he was a Twilight fan. I like that. By the way, Twilight sucks. Anyway, the ending of War was what CM Punk had wanted and had fully predicted. Pure 6 brawl, all 3 guys fighting. And Miz was going to get a feud, and then Alberto got involved. And Punk got involved, got a little punching. And Punk bulldogged Alberto through the table. He also GTS'd Miz after attempting the Skull Crush finale Alberto. Punk, last man standing, sending a message to both Miz and Alberto for the TLC pay-per-view next week. In 2 weeks. Title match on the line. And next week's Raw will be the Slammies. 3-hour Slammies. We know it'll be Mark Henry, the man who lost to Zack Ryder, taking on the man who helped Zack Ryder win over Henry tonight to get his U.S. title shot, long deserved. John Cena. Also, we have the Slammies, as I mentioned, and the main nominees for Superstar of the Year are John Cena, CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, Mark Henry, The Miz, and Randy Orton. Vote on WWE.com right now. I am voting for CM Punk, baby. He's going to be the Superstar of the Year. But give Ryder, but go Punk for that award. See who wins the Slammies next week. And Raw tonight was decent. Let's hope for the best next week. Comment below. What do you like about Raw tonight? Happy for Zack Ryder. And everything else. That might have been attacked by the review from Zack. Thank you very much. See you all later. Oh yeah.